All right, welcome to your flight basics video. I'm gonna turn down the music here in a bit. And this is your flight basics video to Bali, the amazing Bali. So whether you're traveling for the March trip or the June trip, this video will help you kind of like determine how to navigate flights, set prices, figure out good prices, what to expect when you arrive at the airport. I will review all of that. So let's just jump right in, and I'll be looking at my computer back and forth just to make sure that I cover everything. So first things first, the airport. So you're gonna fly into Denpasar International Airport. You'll also see it written as Ngurah Rai International Airport. It's the same thing. The thing you need to know is that the airport code is DPS. So wherever you're flying from, airport code DPS for the airport you'll fly out of for Bali. As far as your airline options go, you do have some options. I know from Houston we have Singapore Air, Emirates, and Delta. These airlines have different layovers in different cities. A thing to keep in mind, this will be about a 24-hour trip plus some hours. It could be longer. And depending on which airline you fly will determine where your layovers will be. Now, speaking from experience, I flew Singapore Air last year, loved it. Had a stop in Manchester as well as Singapore. Emirates will usually stop in Dubai. So when you're booking, let's go over booking. Because Bali is 13 hours ahead of time, you've got to think that we're traveling through time. So it's plus 2 days. This is the reason why our actual adventure starts on Monday to allow you to travel Friday, Saturday, which is in Bali, Saturday and Sunday, okay? So that gives you your 2 days for travel. As far as arrival, when you're booking your flights, that Monday, the first day of the adventure, the only thing we have scheduled is a traditional Balinese welcome dinner. We may have a little dance sesh while we're at it too, because y'all know how I feel about music. So that's the only thing. As long as you're there by about 5:30, you're set. If it's a little bit later, that's fine. The next morning on Tuesday, we'll start with our yoga, fitness, adventures, and exploring from there. So be sure you account for those 2 days and pay careful attention to when you're booking the arrival and the time that it's set in for Bali, okay? Not Central Time, but Bali time, which it will do, all right? Layovers. So let's cover layovers because this is pretty cool in the fact that there are some like flight pathways where you could have anywhere from like a 1 hour to a possible 24-hour layover. Yes, 24 hours. So the good thing about layovers is that you could potentially have the opportunity to see and explore another country on your way to Bali. You get another stamp on your passport too. Speaking from experience, last year, I had a 24-hour layover in Singapore, and it was an amazing layover because it was from 7 a.m. to 6 a.m. the next morning, meaning I had all day to explore, the whole day. I had breakfast, went to meet up with a friend, went to the botanical gardens, went to a couple hawker stations, experienced the nightlife, went to bed, woke up, boom, flew out to Bali the next day. Now there are some as well, I know on Emirates, some of our ladies flew there last year. I think their layover started about 5 p.m. So they still had some good time to see the life, get a little bit of nightlife, wake up, boom, fly out the next day to Bali. So one thing to be mindful of are the times of your layovers. If you're really trying to maximize this trip, which I do, and you want to explore some other cities, maybe actually consider finding a flight where it has a layover in a cool city maybe you want to explore or never thought you would explore, and try that out. So layovers, be aware, all right? And make plans if you need. That also means that your carry-on bag, because you will not see your bags that you have or be able to get into them. Be sure your carry-on bag has all the necessities that you need, and that's a change of clothes. That is like your toiletries to account for that day or two, okay? Let's see, set alerts. So Google has an amazing feature where you can actually set your outbound and inbound flights that you want put an alert on it, and then anytime the prices go up or down, you'll get an email from Google that will say like what the price was. So if you're like me, you're waiting for that perfect price to hit, all right? But right now, flights I saw leaving March 22nd and arriving April 1st, and like coming back April 1st are at $794, and this is from Houston International Airport. So if you're leaving from Houston, you can do March 22nd to April 1st, $794. That does give you an extra day in Bali, meaning you'll leave Monday, although the adventure ends on Sunday. So just some options. Other than that, prices are still good. Flying Singapore Air, anywhere from that $794 to under $1,000, which is amazing, okay? Now, you've got your flight settled, you know, all that stuff. When you arrive, I like to preface people on this because sometimes it can be kind of overwhelming when you arrive to a new airport, especially an international airport. I will tell you, Bali can be kind of hectic, right? With a lot of people yelling, taxi, taxi, taxi. Do you want an adventure? And just approaching you. Okay, rest assured, I have everything already planned for you. Your transfers are included. So the resort we're staying at is Hotel Commune Bali. So there will be somebody there with a sign from Commune Bali, and it'll have your name on it. I turn all that stuff in for you so that all you have to do is look for them. Will they speak English? Yes, they can communicate with you and you will get to the hotel safely, all right? The drive itself is about 30 to 45 minutes. It really just depends on traffic as far as how long it takes you to get to the actual resort and let the adventure begin. But have your cameras ready, video, everything, because the ride there is pretty interesting. There are some cool things that you'll see along the way as well, as far as like different structures, architecture, art. I mean, the park, just be ready for that to film in the car. Time for airport resort, went over that. And do we have to fly together? So this is a question for all of our adventures that we have. You do not have to fly together. But most likely, if there are quite a few people leaving from the same city, we'll end up on similar flights because of the time it takes to get there. And we'll use our Facebook group, Finnish Travel Adventures, to discuss that. Actually, it's Finnish Travel Adventures Bali 2.0 is the group if you're going in March, all right? And that's where you can hash out your different flights. We can coordinate travel together, or, you know, carpooling if you need. And that way your car's not sitting at the airport for, you know, a week. I think that is it. I do have more videos coming up to prepare you for this trip, so get excited. A couple other ones we have coming up are money moves, discussing currency exchange, the rates, whether you should exchange prior to you leaving or when you get there. We'll also be going over how to survive a 24-hour flight, some tips there. Apps that you should download because it's like an app-based world. Pretty much anything, there's an app for that. Apps to download for when you're in Bali and just other funsies. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Follow us on Instagram at Finnish Travel Adventures. And my name is Roz. I am an adventure ambassador and the CEO of Finnish Travel Adventures. So you can follow me as well on Instagram at Roz, that's R-O-Z, and then Fit Lifestyle. See y'all soon.